Hello, this is Darius, and welcome back to Moon Life Astro. And if you're new, welcome. First of all, thank you for you all helping me get to 100 subscribers. It's been a milestone I've been wanting to get to, and so thank you for that. Today, we're actually going to talk about the upcoming full moon in Aquarius, and we're also going to talk about the Lionsgate portal, which is opening on August 8th, and the full moon is actually the day after August 9th. What's really great is that this is a really nice cosmic alignment. It's kind of a blend of vision, innovation, and grounded courage. Um, so basically, we're going to be taking you through the Lionsgate portal, the full moon, and then after the full moon, we're also going to have Saturn sextiling Uranus, which is a supportive aspect. So, the weekend could actually, I mean, it might feel intense, but hopefully it'll have some positive things as well for people. I wanted to go over the Lionsgate portal. It's kind of a big thing in a lot of spiritual, metaphysical communities. Over the years, I've done a lot of Lionsgate meditations. Even before I even knew what it was about, it just really called to me. And so it's really this great opening, this energetic portal for manifestation. And it's also happening right before we enter the next eclipse season. So, in some ways, it's helping us prepare for eclipse season as well. It's called the Lion's Gate because it happens every Leo season, August 8th. And it's associated with courage, leadership, self expression, and heart centered living. The gate refers to this heightened energetic opening or portal, and it's created when the star Sirius it rises in the sky and then it aligns with the sun and the earth. So this can symbolize spiritual downloads, an opportunity to step into your leadership, and for some, it can represent a creative rebirth. In essence, it heightens our intuition and it's an opportunity to align with our higher self's vision for ourselves and our lives. Astrologically and spiritually speaking, in many cultures, including ancient Egypt, Sirius's rising was a major event. Um, Sirius can often be referred to as the spiritual sun. And so it's linked with this higher wisdom, abundance, and awakening. And then you combine that with it being 8-8 in numerology, that represents infinity, abundance, and mastery. So this is amplified when it's doubled. And then you combine that with the Leo energy, which is always encouraging us to really express ourselves, be bold, step into the limelight, let your light shine. So this is a really powerful enigmatic portal, a great opening for energetic insight, spiritual wisdom, spiritual growth, spiritual maturity. And so some people believe it's also an heightened opportunity to give strength or energetic fortitude to your intentions or your manifestations that happen leading up to the Lion's Gate and then a couple of weeks afterwards as well. So one potential reflection prompt for Lion's Gate, if fear wasn't in the way, how would I express my leadership right now? And what part of me am I ready to show the world unapologetically? And now the very next day, we have the full moon in Aquarius, August 9th, exact at 3:55 a.m. Eastern. Aquarius, of course, is about the collective, innovation, community, thinking differently, breaking the mold, disrupting systems sometimes. So every full moon opposes the sun. And so we have the full moon in Aquarius opposing the sun in Leo right now. So Leo, of course, is how we express ourselves, how we show up. And so there might be a tension between our personal self-expression and the collective good. And it might be interesting to see how that plays out in the people around you as the weekend approaches, or even how it plays out on the world stage. Also, this full moon is a culmination of the new moon in Aquarius that was at the end of January earlier this year. So it's a great opportunity to also think back to the intentions you set at the end of January and have they come to fruition or are they coming to fruition or culmination now? Or is there something that you began or went through in the last 6 months that you're now ready to release? potential ideas or ways of seeing yourself, or even potential offers that you've been offering out into the world? Are there aspects of your business or how you're implementing your vision that you want to release or do differently? These are some things to consider. So a suggested full moon ritual for this full moon in Aquarius, you could light a gold, orange, or pink candle. Write down one part of yourself you're ready to show the world more boldly. And then also meditate or reflect upon what outdated patterns, offers, or relationships are keeping me from fully embracing innovation. You could also consider, where have I been playing safe instead of using my unique ideas? And then once you're done meditating on that or journaling on those things, you could place your hand over your heart and affirm to yourself, I honor my light, I create from joy, I lead with love. And I'll put the ritual in the comments down below. And then after that, we're going to have the sun sextiling Uranus. It's going to be exact on Monday, August 11th, which is also the same day that Mercury goes direct, but I'm going to be doing a video about that later as well. This is a magic blend of discipline and innovation. We have Saturn, which is about structure, our boundaries, supporting our freedom. So I feel like when Saturn sextile Uranus, this is the universe giving us an opportunity to give form or foundation to the things that are going to free us emotionally and energetically. And especially since this is happening right after Lionsgate portal opens officially, right after this full moon, where we're releasing what no longer serves us, and as we're into the early preparation phases of the upcoming eclipse season. So where are you feeling free? What's really opening for you? What's opening you up energetically, emotionally, spiritually? And what do you need to fortify those things? What do you need to ground that in? Are there habits? Are there relationships? Are there new opportunities that need a particular structure? And especially since we're moving towards the final days of Mercury in retrograde as well, what have you been reimagining? What have you been revisiting? What has been coming up for review? What has been showing that it needs to be revised or done differently? This energy can support those explorations as well. Specific reflection prompts. What systems or boundaries would make my bold vision sustainable? And how can I innovate without abandoning my core values? And here's just some other ideas or suggestions on how these energies could work together. Um, Lionsgate is really an invitation to dream bigger. And I think this full moon, right afterwards, it reveals what no longer fits in that bigger vision that we have for our lives, our purpose, our vision. Um, so it's okay to give yourself permission to release those outdated patterns. And then the Saturn Uranus supportive sextile, it's going to help you lock in those changes without burning everything to the ground. From a solarpreneur perspective, this could be an opportunity to upgrade our mindset. Like I said, are there business models or offers that no longer serve your authentic self? In terms of your productivity, continue experimenting with your workflow and things that help you honor your natural rhythms. And then this could also be a great weekend or next Monday time to map out the next 6 months with the balance of bold moves and sustainable systems. And if you want specific things to do for each day on August 8th or even that night of, you could journal or meditate, visualize, or imagine your next bold chapter. Again, set that intention for the next 6 months, what's going to bring you into spiritual alignment. And that's also going to yield some tangible results. And then, of course, even if you don't have time to do the full moon ritual, Simply share your vision with your audience or your inner circle as a way to create some accountability for yourself. And then on August 11th, could be a great day, or even over the weekend if you have time. If that's easier for you, you could create a 90-day vision to reality plan. You could break that down: one big vision goal, three supportive habits or systems, and then weekly non-negotiable action steps. Maybe pick one non-negotiable action for each week, for example. And you don't have to map that out the entire 90 days. Maybe just do that for the next 4 weeks if that's more manageable for you. That's whatever works best for you. Um, in a nutshell, it's an invitation to simply begin to implement changes in small yet sustainable ways. I love the Lionsgate. I love all the community that comes together. You can definitely pull up different rituals on YouTube, or even just do a search for Lionsgate meditation. I used to do that over the years. I have certain people now who I go with. Um, Actually, one of the people I really like and I recently discovered was Rachel Reiki. She's got these great monthly activations, and I did her Lionsgate August activation meditation on YouTube. So maybe you want to check her out, for example. Um, but what's beautiful is that I feel like we have all this energetic support, and I also feel like it's giving us an opportunity to begin to reflect upon some of the things we'd like to see happen during eclipse season. Although the thing about eclipse season is, it's like normally it is a surprise. You really don't know what's going to happen. But what you can do to prepare for eclipse season, and later on, I'm going to do a longer video on the upcoming eclipse season as well. But one of the things I like to do before every eclipse season is to really do an audit of my spiritual practices, my meditations. If there are certain things that have kind of fallen by the wayside, or normally, most of the time throughout the year, I like to meditate 15 to 20 minutes every morning. But sometimes with life, that comes down to just 5 minutes every morning, which has been happening the last few weeks. But now that I've been reminded that eclipse season is coming up, I have made a more conscious effort to set my alarm earlier, get up earlier so that I can do the full 20 minutes, sometimes 25 minutes of meditations. I feel like doing those practices, getting back into those kind of habits, drinking more water, exercising more regularly if I've fallen off by the wayside, with that sort of thing, really taking care of myself physically, mentally, and emotionally, staying more attuned to those self-care practices, those self-nurturing practices. I find eclipse season is easier on me when I begin to do that work before eclipse season actually happens. That way, I have a stronger physical, emotional, and mental foundation for whatever changes the eclipses bring. So, this is an invitation for you to begin to implement that as well. And you can do it slowly. Eclipse season doesn't actually officially begin until after this month's new moon, but it's a good time to just begin thinking about those things. um, you know, have you fallen off from meeting with your therapist, or, the body workers that you work with? Is there an energetic healing that needs to happen? These are things to look at. And so this weekend is especially good, to begin implementing those practices as well. I'm wishing you a very powerful and supportive Lionsgate experience this weekend. I'm wishing you a very happy and healing full moon. And always, I'm wishing you well, much love, peace, and joy. I will be back on Wednesday with the upcoming astrology of the week, and close out this Mercury retrograde to the best of your ability. Continue to do the reviewing, the revisiting, the refining. Continue to be mindful as you move throughout your day, especially when you're traveling, when you're driving. No texting and talking while you're driving, if possible. I always think that's a good practice in general, but especially during a Mercury retrograde, when accidents tend to happen. Stoplights don't always work. Machines can break down, that sort of thing. So just continue to be present and mindful, and to move deliberately. I feel like that is really the biggest invitation of any Mercury retrograde. So just a reminder about that as well. And again, next week I'll be talking about Mercury going direct, and As always, wishing you so much love and support and joy. And I hope you have a beautiful week. And easefully yours, Darice.